making purses.
Well, a new commission this week. It's a commission of one of my favorite streets here. And these people that asked me for this painting, they found me because they were looking for an old painting or an old image of their street. And then they found a painting of mine and they found me on the web. And then they asked me to do a painting of their home. It is this street. This is a print. This is an old painting. It's from 2010, I think. 14 years old. Maybe their house is even on this painting. I should check that out. This was in early autumn. Beautiful light. This is a street going to the south. So in the late afternoon in autumn, the sun comes in beautiful with a beautiful backlit effect. And I always make composition sketches for clients before I start the painting. So my first composition was like this one. I thought maybe they will like it because they found this painting on the web as well. But then you don't see their house very clear. So it will be something like this. Where's my sketch? I've been sketching on both sides. So first I made this one. It's really like that older painting. And then I made the second sketch. It's this one. And they decided to let me do it this way. And yeah, the trees now are beautiful, becoming yellow, even orange somewhere. I decided to sell some of these sketches as well. I will leave a link in the description to my website because I have more of these sketches, and sometimes a client wants to have a sketch like this one too, and I see them sometimes in a frame with a beautiful mat, and it looks awesome. This is also a very nice sketch. I mean, this is much cheaper than a painting of mine, of course. It's typically Dutch. These are all those houses here, beautiful old houses of Holland. So if you are interested in one of these sketches, check out the link in the description, and then I will make sure that you will find beautiful pictures of it. And I send them without a frame because shipping glass, it is dangerous, it can break. So, I want to share something with you, something very nice, something that made me so busy these days behind the scenes, and I did not talk about it because things seem not to be sure yet until last Monday. It's something beautiful. It's a next step in my career. It's about art business. It is something I couldn't have dreamed of earlier. But I just bought my own gallery. I bought it. So I don't rent it, but my girlfriend found well, let's start from the beginning. We rent our house. So it's the first time I buy a house. And we were trying to get things done for buying our house. The owner asked us several times if we were interested in buying the house we are living in. And I always answered no. I'm not interested. The prices are so high these days, and weekly they become higher. So no, I don't want to buy the house now. Until she gave me a very interesting price, and then I said yes. It's sold. We are trying to buy this house. So we were busy with the bank, and we had phone calls and video calls with the bank and so on. You know probably how this works. And then in the meanwhile, my girlfriend found another house just around the corner. It's a high classic house with a deep gallery, a store on the ground floor. There was another house behind it that you reach through this gallery, and this is a smaller house, a building with workshops, studios. Very old, very classic. I already saw on these pictures that the atmosphere is totally mine. I felt at home when I saw this advertisement. I think 1 or 2 months ago, I went there alone. I entered this house. I stood in the gallery, and I told the broker that there was no need to show me more of the building. I said, it's sold. I need to have this. He stood there staring at me if I was a joker, some weird guy, but I was totally serious. I wasn't interested in other details. I saw that, and I felt that this could be a good place for our family, because it's a small house, but it's high and very deep. And you have these workspaces behind the house, so we can lose ourselves in several rooms, to sing, to play piano, but to read somewhere in another room as well, in silence, in peace. Perfect for our family. And this gallery is amazing. I'm talking about a gallery in the shopping center of our town. Our town is a lovely town. We only went there once because it's beautiful. It's a classic, beautiful, old, small Dutch town. And I like to make paintings of it. So that's the first thing I started doing there, making paintings of this town. And I sold these paintings in a gallery close to our home. This gallery doesn't exist anymore. Yeah, and I've been dreaming of sometimes showing work of my paintings of mine in a town, only in windows of closed shops that are for sale, for rent. It sounds easy, but I've tried it here several times in The Hague. So not in an art gallery, not a serious art gallery, but only in a window. The window where thousands of people walk by daily. It wasn't easy. You don't have electricity then often, because you need electricity for light on your paintings. And brokers don't want to do this often. I don't know why, but they were not very happy with this. But I've never dreamed of my own gallery, and since I've seen this house, I knew I want to have it. But I also knew that this business, houses, I don't know about your country, but here it's totally weird these days. Some houses are for sale a day or less, and then they are sold for a higher price than that was asked for. And I spoke about that with a nephew of mine, and he said, well, if you are really serious and you want to have this, then you should pay about $100,000 more than the price. And if you're not able to pay that much these days, then forget it. I mean, you're not the only one who wants to have this, and you are not one of the people in your town or in the surroundings. People even from Amsterdam and from far away, they see this on the World Wide Web, and they need a house with their own store. It's amazing to have it. So forget it, forget about it. Or the only thing you could do is visit them. Just go to these people, say who you are. We live around the corner. We are almost neighbors, but we don't know each other yet. And then you explain what you would like to do with their gallery space. And then you make them a painting. And that kept me thinking. And what I did is I made a small watercolor painting of this house. And I wrote a letter about who we are, where we are living, what I like in this town, what I paint, and yeah, what I would like to do with this gallery space. I would like to show my paintings of this town and the other beautiful towns around it, and paintings of the river in this gallery. And I would like to make my store, my shop, my commission shop for commissioned works of it, where I can meet new clients to talk about a new commission. So I wrote about this in this letter, and I wanted to put it in there in the mailbox in the door, but it was too small. So I had to ring the bell, but they were not at home. And then I was together with my girlfriend, and then we went home, and suddenly I saw these people walking. And my girlfriend said, oh, no, you can't do this. Don't talk to them. We don't know each other. And I said, no. Let me do this. We need to meet now. And we met each other, and we have been talking, the four of us, I think for more than half an hour, about the house, but also about our house. And they seem to be very interesting about our house, because when we will move, our house will be for sale as well. Well, a long story, but these are very lovely people, and they said, you can have the house, you can have the gallery. And now the ideas are coming for my new ideas for a gallery, my first gallery. It's amazing. So I've been very busy with this behind the scenes, buying a house for the first time, and I had many phone calls, emails, and that took a lot of attention. So I'm really happy to share this with you, and then I will share more videos about how to start my first gallery. Yeah, there will be days that I will paint there as well, if that's necessary. There is space enough. The light is very good. A roof of glass. It's the best light that you can have. And my idea is to let the gallery, which is quite deep, go into our living workspace. So I can edit my videos there on a table, and when the client is visiting me, I can take a break and have a coffee in the gallery. And later I can keep on editing every Friday, but I can paint my paintings several days as well over there. could be nice for the kids when they come home from school, that I work at home sometimes, but not too much. I mean, I need my space here. I'm totally alone here, and yeah, an artist needs space to focus and to be alone. We're almost there. A lot of details, of course. This is really drawing, not only painting, but it's drawing. I like to do the cars. Cars is more painting in parts, but this is drawing. And actually, I need more contrast in this. Here it's fine, it becomes softer. There's less contrast in the distance, of course, but here this must become sharper. And you remember that painting of 2 weeks ago that I make 2 times. I still have to talk about that because I promised to do a little research, but I will speak about that later. A research because I asked all of you to tell me which one you preferred and to tell me if you are male or female. But this is something for later in the video. But that second one that I painted was more thought from the colors of the light. And I wanted to make the light warm and the shadows colder instead of using the white of the paper to make the light very bright. Sometimes white of the paper works the best. And sometimes for me it doesn't. Even when I paint a white building, the white must become more yellow or orange first for the color of the light. Yeah, and you won't be surprised that I decided to make this yellow first, and then I started to paint the shadows over it. But now the contrast is too less, too soft. Well, and then I can do two things. I can try to make this white again, but that's not a good choice. So then I should make the shadows darker to make that contrast better. Here there will be a tree as well, but first I have to finish the building. This is the house where they live in. This is the most important part for them. There was a man with a black jacket, but I made a man of it with a yellow jacket. I needed some bright yellow under the trees. Yeah, next week I will first make this shadow darker, and then I will see how dark it can be without becoming only a black hole. And as soon as I know that, I can go on over here and there and there and so on. Well, and then about that little research in the previous video. I was thinking all the time that women often prefer more colorful paintings and men are more watching the drawing, the composition, the technical side of the story. Totally wrong. So it was really worth this research to see how it really is. And one of you wrote a very good comment. Well, you all wrote very good comments, and thank you very much for that. I think we have around 200 or 300 comments. I don't know, but it's amazing to see all of you comment on this question. Yeah, that's lovely. Thank you for that. But there was one of you, and she wrote, let this couple buy both of these paintings to save their marriage. Thank you. They did. They bought them both, and I delivered these paintings this Wednesday in Amsterdam. And they love these paintings. And I will show both paintings next to each other on the wall in their new home. And I was there in their new home, and it's a beautiful other location in Amsterdam. So thank you again for that. And well, thank you all for watching again. This week's member section video is about one of the strongest things in creating for me. I try to explain that of course there are courses, there are lessons, there are tricks to find. There is a certain wish in anyone to, for example, paint in watercolor. But last week I had an opening of another exhibition in Amsterdam. It was a group exhibition, a group show. So I met a lady, an artist, and she had a beautiful painting over there, a small painting, a cityscape. She was almost shy to confess, to tell me that this painting was not an oil painting, but made in acrylics. And I answered, what's the problem? And she said, yes, artists don't take this technique, this material seriously. It's not a serious paint. It's cheap, it's crap. I should try oil color or watercolor like you. I said, well, maybe even if you try peanut butter and it works really well for you, then work on peanut butter. It doesn't matter what you use. Take what you need and take what suits your way of painting the best. Well, and this is the only message, the main message that I want to share on my videos is, as you know by now, it's not that I want to show how we work in watercolor. I want to show what I do, of course, because I don't talk that much here alone. I'm at work and I show you what I'm doing. But the reason why I make these videos is try to let people feel that it feels good to create. It feels so good to express yourself, but only spend time in finding your way of your expression. Maybe you have a talent, a gift. Maybe you are happy with it, and then you can find your way. But even if your talent is totally different than that what you want to do, it doesn't mind. It's always good to express yourself. It's so good to find creativity in yourself. There's no moment that tells you to start. You say, I start today with painting, singing, writing, whatever. And then you see the world totally different. So all those years that you are not creating, but you feel there is something in you that wants to create, and all those years that you don't do it, you lose your chance, you lose your possibilities, you lose your information that's only told when you are creating. Then you speak and you hear in a different language. It's a different language than they speak at your office where you work, or the school where you teach, or the place where your job is. This is a totally different language, and you find it out only by yourself, to listen to yourself and to feel very well what suits you. Thank you for watching. Thank you for all those comments, your emails, and yeah, check out the link in the description for these sketches if you would like to have one without a frame. I can send these anywhere. Enjoy the weekend and see you in 2 weeks.